Okay, it's 2014 now, and this is December, and it's been about 150 years since we did any recording. And so I think it's time we got busy and caught up with what's new at the Beall Tool Company. We've got a new product that we're real crazy about, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. We've also made some modifications to our wood threader and made it, I think, a lot better and a lot more appealing to people who want to save a little bit of money. So the first thing I'm going to do is talk to you about the wood threader. And when I say the wood threader, I mean the old original Beall wood threader that's been around forever and has been extremely popular. We've sold thousands and thousands of them. But it's been, up until this point, it's come in two sizes. A standard wood threader and a large wood threader. The standard wood threader is looked like this right here, this little block, and you'll see it has a small hole in there, and the inserts that went in that for the different sizes are this particular one is 5/8, and these inserts went in there and screwed in, and that's what set the depth and the pitch of the thread that you could make with it. Now, we also had, after a while, we developed a big threader. And this was the big threader base right here. And it took a large insert, these being the inserts here. These are, by the way, are made of Delrin and they're machined. And the big threader fit right in there like so. Very, a nice snug fit. And then it's screwed up underneath this metal plate. Okay. That was fine, but now when a person wanted to have more than just a small threader, in other words, they wanted the big sizes, they had to buy a whole separate kit. We've changed that now, so we have one setup, one kit, that does all the sizes, and that's what this new one is. And you'll see right away that it has a larger hole here in the fronter, so it will take either the big threader inserts or the small ones. And here's the same board and the same basic setup with a small insert in it. And this is what the new wood threader will look like from now on. And it's called, by the way, if you see it in the catalog, it's called the Threader 3. The Threader 3, and here's the new instruction sheets, which have been improved a great deal since the old ones. Our art department has gone to the trouble to make some really excellent drawings and explanations of how all of this works. But this is the drawing that comes in the instruction sheet. When you set up this threader to start with, there are two screws that hold the insert up to the top plate. And those screws are turned with a Allen wrench, or hex key as some people call them, and that one hex key does all of the screws that are used in the threader. Now, in order to get this insert in and out, to change it, to put a different size on, the first thing you have to do is loosen up, or really remove the top plate from the wooden front board. And there are two screws that come out from that, and I'll take them out. And then the plate comes off, and the insert is attached to that. Now, in order to take the insert off and put a different one onto the plate, you go through here, and there are two shorter screws up in there, if I can just hit the hole. There, that. Attach the insert to the top plate. And you can take those out, and then you're ready to put another insert on, mount it right onto this plate. For instance, here's a very small one, and I can put that on simply by putting the short screws through the holes and into the top plate. Yeah, like that. Screw is on, the front screw, and then the short screw, another short screw goes on the back end of it. And this is all a little slow and boring, I'm afraid, but we have to show these things so that people know how to do it. Now, okay, now we have a small insert attached to the top plate, and we could put the top plate back on the wooden base. And that just slides over that there. Now the wooden base, by the way, has two metal inserts into the top of the wood, so you don't have to worry about stripping the wood out by just screwing directly into the wood. These are special threaded inserts that we obtain at great expense so that this can be as foolproof and efficient as possible. Now then, the other long screw goes on here, and we can tighten those up, and it's ready to go again with the smaller insert. Now this unit over here is all set up, and it has the router, or in this case a laminate trimmer, mounted on it. When you want to change the inserts on one that has the router already mounted, if that's the case, you simply take off these screws just the same way, the ones on either side here, that hold the top plate to the wood block, and then just take the whole thing off, router and all. And then you can change the insert underneath here and then put it back onto the board. And you can leave your wooden block clamped into your fitting at just as it was. Okay, now, so much for that. There isn't a great deal more to be said about the wood threader and the changes we have made in it. The threader works exactly the same as it did before. There are no changes there. It's just that the way the thing is set up and the way you have to put it together and take it apart and in order to change inserts for different sizes is slightly different. But it's a better arrangement now because the inserts are held to that top plate with two screws, which make it a lot more solid and a lot stronger than it was earlier. And it also, of course, saves you some money because we have a different pricing arrangement now, because you can buy the whole 6-size setup now for not a whole lot more than what we used to charge for 4. And that will include, of course, the large threads, the 1¼ and an 1/8 sizes. So that is about all we have to say about the new Beall Wood Threader 3. We hope that lots and lots of people will go out and buy it and make us rich. We have, of course, always hoped that about everything we sold. So far, however, it hasn't panned out quite the way we would hope. But we're always looking forward and hoping for the best. If you're interested in seeing how the wood threader works, you can go on YouTube and look under Wood Threader or under Beall Tool or a number of other titles, and you will find it there, and you'll see a description of the process and just exactly how it works.